Hi, I'm Tanner, and I'm going to talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie isn't just weird for the sake of it, it's a deeply human story wrapped in a multiverse of chaos. First, I'll quickly recap the plot, and then I'll explore why this is one of the first true post-internet movies, and why in a world of infinite information and versions of ourselves, love and empathy still matter most. The story centers on Evelyn Wong and her husband Waymond, and her relationship with her daughter Joy, all while her life is falling apart. The movie truly begins when she's pulled into a multiverse battle by a version of Waymond from another universe. He reveals that she is the only one who can stop Jobu Tupaki, who turns out to be an all-powerful version of her daughter Joy, and who plans on destroying all of existence with an everything bagel that generally represents nihilism. Evelyn learns to verse jump into other lives she could have lived and absorbs their skills to fight. In doing so, she confronts the infinite choices she never made and the weight of regret and the absurdity of our universe. But ultimately, Evelyn doesn't defeat Jobu Tupaki with violence. She reaches her through compassion, choosing kindness, humor, and understanding in the face of overwhelming existential despair. She embraces chaos, but also the people she loves. This film feels like the internet, not just in content, but in form. It's fast and informationally dense, switching realities faster than most people can keep up. It mirrors the way we scroll online, how we see memes, violence, philosophy, absurdity, and emotional mashed into one doom scroll. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the first movie to truly embrace that experience. It's maximalist to the extreme. The relentless overload of images, ideas, and emotional tones is a reflection of the internet's information overload. It doesn't critique the internet as much as it exemplifies it, showing us how overwhelming life feels when you're exposed to every possibility all at once. The film's directors recognize that the 21st century is characterized by this infinite access to information and diverse perspectives. The result isn't clarity, it's chaos. In this sense, the film is postmodern, post-genre, and perhaps the first post-internet film. It reflects the lived reality of a generation raised by the internet. With so many realities, how can anything matter? That's Jobu Tupaki's question. She's seen every version of herself and Evelyn and every absurd timeline, and it's made her feel that nothing has meaning. The everything bagel is her symbolic void, a place where too much information has collapsed into nothingness. But the film offers a radical counter to that despair. If at least even one thing matters, then everything must matter, and that one thing is often the people closest to us. A kind word from a husband, a hug from a daughter, or a moment of silliness with a stranger. In one universe, Waymond says, "The only thing I know is that we have to be kind, especially when we don't know what's going on." That line finally cuts through all the noise. In a world where nothing is stable and every truth has a counter-truth, kindness becomes the last solid ground. The film argues that love and human connection aren't just meaningful, they're the most powerful forces that we have. Everything Everywhere All at Once isn't just another multiverse action movie or visual experiment. It's a message for our time, that even in the face of infinite choices and overwhelming noise, you should still try to choose love and empathy, especially towards those nearest to us. The most powerful thing we can do in the 21st century isn't to conquer that chaos, but to be gentle while acknowledging that said chaos. Even in the vast multiverse of our lives, this moment still matters. Thank you.